Hi, my name is Rushabh. Today we are going to learn what is the relational mapping in the Java Spring with the use of the many to one relationship. We see the example of this annotation. What exactly the one to many relationship perform the operation when we are declared into the our project, and why exactly we need to implement this type of annotation. So why this concept is come from? First we going to see that. So when we are going to make a table database, we maintain the table in the database. So sometime because there is the very most of the to be there is the sufficient memory is allocated for every task in the SQL for the database. So we have to maintain that database relation. Means so we have to take example of many to one in this. So I have represent that. I give the example of this, that suppose the many student have the one batch is allocated. So many student will represent the one batch. So that is the simple relation between the many to one. So how it is reflected into the table? So many students have the their name. They contain the name. Their name is same. Their name is different. Their email ID is different, and their phone number is different. But what exactly the thing is same in this scenario is there the batch of the student. So whenever we going to declare in the table, there we have to define the batch. Means that student name, ID, roll number, and after that batch. So again that column is represent. We don't have to write every time that batch is batch is this batch, this batch, this batch. So that's why we simply make an different table of a batch. In that we declare that batch specification. We can also declare that what exactly batch is that, and what trainer is allocated to that batch, and what is the date of the batch is started. So that table is related to this student table. Means whenever we going to search that student is that this first number of student of consider which is present in which batch. So we are going to check. Means our that ID of a student will check with the batch ID. There is again a batch ID is generated in the batch table. So that both ID will match together, and that table will relation between this is many to one. So we directly related to this table. So same we write in the program also. When we are going to make an program, that also we are represent the many to one relationship. So in that program we are going to make an student class different, batch class is different, and that student class we represent the batch we represent the batch, we initialize the batch, and there we annotate as a many to one relation. So because of that it will directly connect it with that batch class. We have to also make a batch class, and again we can add the student in that object of the student object we created in the main folder, and that student folder we are going to add that batch class object. So in this way we are going to create an object consistent another object into it. So that object will represent the batch object. So in this way our table of many to one is created. So that is all about of many to one relational mapping. Thank you so much.